hear that the scenario we just heard, the story happened by the Sea of Tiberias. If you know something about the Sea of Tiberias, it is another name for the Sea of Galilee. So Tiberias and Sea of Galilee, they are the same place. So what we are being reminded is that now Jesus, rather we say the disciples are in Galilee. Jesus resurrected in Jerusalem, but they have gone back to Galilee. Already the place, the scene of the story should ring some bells in our ears. Because the first time they met Jesus was by this same spot. The same Sea of Galilee, Sea of Tiberias. That was the first time they encountered Jesus. They had not seen him before, they had not heard him before. It was their first encounter. So it's like saying that Jesus has resurrected, but they are not too sure. So let's go back to our old ways of life. They go back to their hometown to live their normal life. So that is no wonder Peter will say that, okay, if Jesus is not doing anything for us, let me go fishing. Because before he met Jesus, he was what? A fisherman. So he's going back to his former trade. One thing we have to guard against is that sometimes there is that desire to return to Galilee. We all have our Galilees that sometimes want to return to, like Simon and his friends, But you should be careful. If you go back to your Galilee, be careful. Because it's full of mixed feelings. I'll share some with you in these few lines of the homily. So the first thing is that Simon and his friends feel that let's go back to our old ways of life, our old trade, the way we used to fend for ourselves. Don't go back to the old lifestyles you were living before Easter. Lent, we cultivate some habits. But after Lent, Easter comes, then we go back to our former ways of life. We go back to our Galilees. That tendency is there. Please guard against it. So Simon and his friends go back to their old ways of life, and then we hear that they go fishing. But it was night. They worked so hard and caught nothing. Indeed, when the night comes in our lives, nothing happens. Some of us might be going through some nights in our lives, some darkness in our lives, so we don't see what's happening, but there's no result. I want you to know that every night comes with a sunshine. There's always a morning break. Because we are told that when morning came, there was sunshine. And so we should watch out for that the night will come, the struggles will come, but surely that sunshine too will come, the daybreak will come, when we can see clearly who is standing by the shore. So because it was night, they worked, but nothing happened. If you feel that in life, you are working at night with no results, hope for your sunshine, hope for your daybreak. Something will happen to you. Amen. Christ the King. So Peter and his friends again, after coming through the night, we are told that they were giving up. Then they heard somebody by the shore. They didn't know who it was, but the man told them, have you caught anything? They said, no. Then he gives them instructions. That is interesting because, one, they didn't know who was standing by the shore, but that is Jesus. I want to remind you that Jesus is always standing by the shores of your life. We all have the shores of our lives. The beaches, the word they use is beach actually. The beaches of our lives. When you go to the beach, what do you expect? Nothing happens. You go there to relax. You don't expect something strange, a miracle to happen. But Jesus is standing at the shores of your life, the beaches of your life, ready to do something new, something unexpected for you. So look out for him. Maybe you're not looking too well. Open your eyes and look at who is standing by the shores of your life. That is Jesus. He's there for a purpose. He's standing there always by the shores of our lives anyway. So he tells them, do this, and they do. They obey him. They don't ask, who are you? To instruct us. If you want God to encounter you, if you want God to give you an expectation, sometimes don't ask questions. Who are you telling us to do this? Who are you instructing us? But like you and like myself, sometimes I want to find reason why we should turn to the right, not the left. But they don't ask questions, they just obey the voice. And what they saw was something they can call a miracle. Now, Peter, knowing that it was the Lord, because we are told that he jumped into the sea to swim and go faster ahead of his friends. There's something in there that we miss when we read this passage. We are told that when he got to the shore, he saw Jesus there with some fish and some bread. It is believed that when he got there and saw the fish and the bread, obviously he knew that it was Jesus. Jesus used to give them bread and fish. So he couldn't go at once to talk to Jesus. He went to wait for his friends to come to meet him. No wonder when Jesus said, go and bring some fish, Peter runs away to go and do that. They brought the fish, but he rather went to bring the fish to Jesus. He didn't want to meet Jesus. He was ashamed. He was ashamed of what he has done to Jesus some 3 weeks ago. You remember that Holy Thursday, Good Friday. So he didn't want to have that encounter, face-to-face encounter with Jesus. If you are here and then you also feel that way, meeting God face-to-face, you don't feel fine. You don't feel too good. And you try to hide from God. You try to keep your face away from God. You are like Peter. So he goes to get the fish just to avoid meeting Jesus. But Jesus will surely make time for him alone. At the end of the story will tell us. The end of the story will tell us. So Jesus gives the bread and fish to all of them here again. And what happens in the end? He said, now, Peter, I want to talk to you alone. And that is the last verses of the passage. So he singles out Peter and then he puts to him the 3 questions. Peter, don't run away from your mistakes. Some of us are running away from the challenges and the struggles of life. Don't run away from them. Face me, he tells him. Come, let's talk. Number 1, Peter, do you love me more than this? I love you. Then he asks the second time, do you love me? Master, you know I love you. Then the third time, do you love me? I'll end with these 3 statements. I want to explain. The word love me there has 2 verbs. In English, when you say, do you love me, is L-O-V-E. In Greek, if you say, do you love me, you have 2 options. One is agapao. Forget about that, but I just want you to know. The other word you can use is phileo. They all mean love me, love me. Jesus said, do you love me by saying, agapes me. So Peter, agapes me. Then Peter responds, yes, I love you. He uses, yes, philese. You know I love you. So Jesus used the word for love. Peter said the same word, but he changes the word. You don't see this in the English Bible as you read, But the original Greek, that is what it is. He says, do you love me? Agapas me. Say, yes, I love you. Philese. He changes. Jesus is using agapao. Peter is using phileo. Let me give you the differences. To say agapao, to love, is a self-sacrifice love. Maybe those who are married will tell us better. It is something you have worked for, a love that you intentionally want to have. You yearn for it. It is not a mind love. It's something you have achieved, you work towards. But the Peter's own, phileo, the one he uses, like the one you have for a friend, your family member. Once you are born to a father and mother, automatically you love him, you love her. Peter goes for the automatic love. When Jesus is asking for the self-achieved love, if I can say that way, Peter is saying that, you don't have automatic love for you. So see why they couldn't just end there. Jesus asked him a second time, Peter, do you love me? Still using agapas me. Then Peter still says, I have this automatic love for you. You see how they are playing the 2 words there. Then the third time, now Jesus turns to him and said that, so Peter, do you have that automatic love for me? Now Jesus now uses Peter's own word, phileo, philes me. And Peter now is saddened. Because Jesus is saying that, are you even my friend? If you don't have that love that you have to work on, even the common love, do you even have it for me? Jesus comes to his level and then Peter is in tears. I don't know if Jesus should put the same dialogue with you this evening. What will be your answer? Is your love for Jesus one that is because you are a Christian, you just love God and that is all? Or it is something that you work towards, you achieve, you work towards? Your love for your wife, love for your husband, love for your children. Is it because she's your wife, that's why you love her? Because he's your husband, that's why you love him? or you love her, you love him because you want to love him, you want to love her. These are the things we are being called to, especially in today's gospel, that Jesus needs our love, not just automatic love, but a love that will come from within, evolutional love. That's what he needs for us. But in the end, even though Peter gives Jesus half love, he says phileo. Jesus says agapao, he says phileo. Yet Jesus gives him a reward: feed my sheep. So even if you give him half love, he will still give something to you. He will still make use with the half love you have for him, even the unconditional love you are giving to him. He will still give you something. So no love is given to Jesus that is wasted. No one that we sing in that hymn, I cannot live but to prove some love for such unmeasured love. God's love is always unmeasured. Our love for him can only be some love. So he still needs our some love for his unmeasured love. May you have some time in your life this Easter to show Jesus some love for such unmeasured love he has given to us. Amen.